We're live. Hi, everyone. Oh, my God. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. His name is Jimmy the Bag. My name is Peter Loshak. Right. This is the Loshak in the Bag show. First show post-Super Bowl. What a friggin' Super Bowl. What a weekend. Many of our regular viewers watched the BetCast. That was just, we knew it was going to be crazy, you know. I was just hoping that it was mostly crazy in a good way as opposed to crazy in a bad way. And it was. A little crazy in a bad way in spots. Mostly crazy in a good way. Gabe Morency, Donnie Rightside, myself, Jimmy the Bag, Zach Jones, Director of Marketing, Drew Martin was there. Everyone was there. It was a crazy time, Jimmy the Bag. A crazy game, a crazy betcast.
Yeah, it was a fucking wild night. I'm pretty hungover. I drank heavy to drown my sorrows. Yeah, but it was fun. I mean, great group of guys.
Yeah.
Just my fucking picks suck.
Yeah. You know what I do to drown my sorrows? Bet size appropriately. That's what I do to drown my sorrows. You know what I'm saying?
I do, man.
Yeah. Like if I ever overbet my edges, which I have done, and I will fully admit once in a while, still do. What do I do the next day? Do I get wasted? No, but I get wasted on perfectly appropriate bet sizes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I overindulge in perfectly appropriate bet sizes. My next day, or my next week, basically, every single bet that I make is perfectly bet sized. You know what I'm saying, Jimmy the Bag?
I know what you're saying. It's been a tough year, man.
Oh,
so far.
Man, but we're doing great shows. We had a lot of people liked the BetCast, and of course, the good sign is that the hater was buying. Now, we still don't know who it is that's buying all the dislikes on our videos. And I was thinking about this on the drive back from the beach, Jimmy the Bag. I think I might have figured it out.
Is that right?
So, who's our main competitor?
Veasan?
Brent Musburger. I think it's Brent Musburger. You think I'm kidding around, Jimmy the Bag? I think we got our suspect right there. What do you think?
Yeah, I like the idea of not knowing who it is because I thought I knew who it is, and I'd rather not know just so I'm not bothered by it. You know? Brent
Musburger is the new leading suspect. Brent Musburger is the new favorite as the new leading suspect for the guy. First, the guy's got money to burn, right?
Yeah.
The guy has a motive, right? You know what I'm saying? The guy, has the means. You know what I'm saying? Big Dad 138 says, "Who the fuck is Brent Musburger?" All right, there we go. Here we go. Also, a lot of funny comments in the video in the BetCast. Probably the funniest one, the one that sticks out. We were all wearing our headsets, and Wanma, doing a crack job, was like, "Listen, you guys have to take your headsets off when you pee, otherwise everyone will hear you pee." Now, me, I'm a pro, so I took my headsets off. Jimmy the Bag, fucking solid. Every time he went to the bathroom, took it off. Donnie Rightside, yelling and screaming. A little bit loose cannony, but fucking reliable. Took his headset off every time he went to the bathroom. Gabe Morency, oh my God. Peed with the fucking headset on. Everyone could hear it. And the joke of the day in the Super Bowl podcast was Gabe Morency peeing, brought to you by betonline.ag, which was a great comment there. Right, Jimmy the Bag?
Yeah, what a wildly enjoyable guy Gabe Morency is, man.
Yes, he certainly is. It adds, he really is. It's always fun. The energy's always there. The jokes are always fun. I had a great time going back and forth with him about extreme metal, which he loves, and I pretended to love it too, and we went back and forth. we went back and forth with we were surmising what Cannibal Corpse would open with if they played the halftime show, or Killswitch Engage if they played the halftime show, or Slayer. But did Slayer ever actually play the halftime show? No, they might have though. They're popular enough. Metallica did, didn't they?
Metallica, I think.
Yeah.
I've never watched a halftime show ever in my life. So.
I'm almost certain Metallica did, and I don't think Slayer did, but I'm trying to remember. No, there's no way Slayer did. But anyway, all right. So We are going to give there is a card, and actually right after the right in the morning when me and Donnie Rightside and Drew Martin were driving back, I told him, I gave him 2 picks in college basketball that I had already hit yesterday, and both of those picks moved in my favor. So we will get to that. And let's see. Let's look at some other comments here. Jimmy the Bag, great to have you back. Jimmy the Bag killing it in NHL, killing it in NBA, and I'm telling you, despite his overall record in college basketball, impressive in college basketball, yes. But college basketball for everyone involved, it has to be managed because they hit you with 300 teams. Bam! What are you going to do with this? It's up to you to manage it. You know what I'm saying? On the other hand, if you do hone in on your advantages and your edges, the edges can be bigger and more clear-cut and obvious. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
Yeah, no, I feel you. I mean,
for example, Belmont over Eastern Kentucky, easy, no-brainer play, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You know, I don't fucking want to talk about this shit. Really.
Right, okay. Yes, here we go. Jake Bell says, yes, Metallica did. I remember that. They are the only ones, though. Absolutely. Okay, let's see. All right, so other Jim Stott with okay, yeah, look, okay, here, let's see. We got other comments here. I'm just scanning comments to see what anyone. Anyway, thanks so much to all the regular viewers who are coming back. Bam, Monday afternoon. Here's what we have for Antoine Seymour says Pats go right back again next year. I don't know, man. I think Tom Brady might be a little bit Anderson Silva-esque right now. You know what I'm saying? A little bit in the Lyoto Machida category. What do you think?
When are we gonna find out why fucking Butler was benched?
Yeah, a lot of crazy stuff happened. And the other thing is that in football, especially, I mean, you have to bet size appropriately at all times, but especially in football, there's a limited amount of plays. Fluky plays happen all the time. Butt fumbles, right? Tipped passes. There's so much variance in NFL, in football in general. Turnovers mean so much. So much of turnovers is random. So just that factor alone shows you why you need to bet size appropriately. A good reminder for next year, right? A good reminder for next year. What are we going to do next year in football? We're going to bet size appropriately, including myself. All right, let's see. Daily Pete is ugly ass shit boy. All right, I don't know what is. Yeah, people are saying that I look like I just slept in a gutter. Yeah, we drove home. My brain is still fried. I did get to a chance. All right, so let's get into today's card. What do you think, Jimmy the Bag?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Shall we jump into it? All right. Well, starting out with college basketball, I did give 2 picks, which I saw already some people in chat were disagreeing with. I did bet Oklahoma -2. I told Donnie Rightside and all them in the morning that I bet it. I bet it at 2. It's now up to 3 or 2.5. Some people in chat saying that they love West Virginia here at +4. I can understand why. I also bet Indiana. I missed the -1. I did get them at -2, and now they're up to a -3. Of course, Rutgers coming off a great performance. This just shows you why home court advantage is so important in college basketball. Rutgers way worse than Purdue. 2 of their key rotation guys out, a 15-point underdog, and still almost won the game outright. Came down to the wire. What did that show you? We learned from this. What it shows you is A, home court advantage in college basketball. Always important, at times huge. B, even shitty teams in conferences like these can surprise. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
3, be careful taking huge road favorites. The flip side of that, though, is if you do the kind of research Jim did on Belmont against Eastern Kentucky, can have great value, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy the Bag. Jimmy the Bag. All right, everything's going to be great, Jimmy the Bag. February, we're going to have a kick-ass month here. All right, so I did take Oklahoma -2. I think I'll take the Greek line, which is 2.5 -115. We'll get to some comments. I've already seen a bunch of comments in the comment section saying that they don't like that they like West Virginia, and I'm also going to take Indiana. It's up to -3 now. I'm going to take that one. I might go on the first half on that one as well. Obviously, West Virginia, a great team. They played Oklahoma great last time out. Their last game, they had a bunch of guys who were sick, but they got a big win anyway. My sense is that this might be a down spot for West Virginia. For West Virginia. Also, my sense is this might be a down spot for Rutgers. I hope that these extra points don't matter because I did bet both of them at 2, but I think I'm going to give them both at the current lines. Jimmy the Bag, did you have a chance by any possible chance to look? Oh, and here we go. Native Queen, Indiana first half and lean on first half over. What do you think?
To be honest, I
have no clue.
Drank my ass off last night.
That's okay.
And, when I got back to San Jose, I just tapped the NHL and NBA card.
That's good because I only had half of it. Yeah, Jake Bell says, I want to hear Jimmy's Belmont research. You can hear it. It was a few days ago. Go find the show where Belmont was a big road favorite against Eastern Kentucky and cashed easily. Jimmy dug deep into that game. Great research on that one and said he liked Belmont as a big double-digit favorite. And I, listening to Jimmy the Bag, knew he was right, and I put my money where my mouth is. And I tailed him on both of those picks. I added both of them to my record, and I got a couple cheap units on that one, courtesy of Jimmy the Bag's research. So yeah, just go back to the video where Jim, if you want to see it, it was the Belmont as a road favorite against Eastern Kentucky. That day was when Jimmy the Bag did research on that one. JP Fahey says I'm heavy on first half over in Indiana Rutgers. McGogster says I'm also on Louisville first half. A lot of people saying that Rutgers is good at home. They are. SJ Sharkery says Rutgers is good at home. Someone else said that. Yeah, here we go. David Garrard says Rutgers 8-2 against a number at home. And I hear you, David Garrard. I am not afraid to take Rutgers at home. I took them at home against Michigan State earlier this year. You remember that one?
Yeah.
A lot of people gave me shit for that, but they did cover. In this spot, I'm taking Indiana, and I think I might take them on the first half. The problem is just with these, as I've said many times, I approach college basketball with a holistic approach. I'll usually bet the first half and the full game, and depending on how the first half goes, I'll make a second half bet that either enhances or hedges some of those bets. You know what I mean? So in these shows where I don't have that opportunity, I'm either having to just give the first half or the full game or both of them. But yeah, I'm taking Indiana here, and Triple Beam says let me nibble on that West Virginia plus 140 money line. Eric Hamburg says Oklahoma is so one-dimensional. West Virginia needs this more. Elwood 1266 says Rutgers and West Virginia money line. Maylas Paylast Way says West Virginia game under. Eric Hamburg says no, Pete, no. Young has been figured out, bro. I know. Yes. Going forward, long term, I think Oklahoma is going to be overvalued. And I think because of Trae Young, they're going to get a lot of line respect they shouldn't be getting. So I completely agree with you, Eric Hamburg. I'm just saying that I took Oklahoma in this spot -2, and it would just be a no-balls thing for me to do to not take them here at 2.5. So I'm going to give it here, but I agree with you. Eric Hamburg, Young has been figured out, bro. Yes, I agree with that statement, and I agree with you that in general going forward, I expect Oklahoma to be a little bit overvalued. Let's see. Musti Abbas says, your mustache is falling off, man. I don't think it is, Musti. I think it's pretty good. Jimmy, is it okay?
You're looking sharp, man.
Yeah, I told him.
I don't think you just got out of a ditch.
No, they're gluing. I mean, yes, like my look might be fucked up at times in these shows, but I make sure that my mustache is glued on tight. Every damn show. Every damn show. You can never say my mustache was coming unglued in these shows, no matter what else you can say about my appearance. All right, Jimmy the Bag. So we can pass on college basketball for you if you want.
I'm fucking taking the night off for college basketball. Friday night was so fucking bothersome that I couldn't sleep at all.
But it wasn't that. I thought it was, yes, it was a trap and it was a bad pick, but it wasn't a colossally bad pick at all. And I felt bad because then the next game, and I told Jimmy this, I was like, the next on Saturday, I was all over Niagara to get the win and all over St. Peter's to get beat by, all over Canisius to beat St. Peter's, all over St. Peter's to lose. And in college basketball, you have to look at the spots. I told Jimmy in the elevator, I was like, the spots really matter. It's not that St. Peter's sucks or doesn't suck. It's that the line was telling you that the spot against Niagara was one where they were more likely than not to cash. And then after seeing how that game turned out, I just know from experience that the next game against Canisius, at home against a good team coming in as a small favorite like that is a spot where you want to take Canisius. And again, none of it really has to do with matchups, with how good or bad St. Peter's is. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
Yeah, no, college basketball, I'm on this fucking tear in the NHL, and college basketball is costing my fucking bank account, and it shouldn't be. If if you're up 26 units in hockey and up 9 or 10 or 8 or whatever it is in the NBA, you should be making fucking money.
Yes, you should.
And I'm not, because college basketball's fucking destroying me.
And this is another lesson in sports betting, which is that if you have an edge in one area, in one kind of bet, whatever, that's great. But you can easily hemorrhage it by making more bets in other areas where you don't have an edge. It's not easy. There's a reason why the sports books stay open. There's a reason why the pros are very, very disciplined. There's a reason why discipline is the most important, component to sports betting. I mean, the average, recreational handicapper, as we're seeing in the chat box, can identify edges. What the pros do, they have two things. One, they have a big bankroll, right? Yeah. Which makes having discipline easier, right? Because if you're betting 1% of your bankroll and that's a $10 bet, that kind of sucks. But if you're betting 1% of your bankroll, but it's, a $10,000 bet, it's easy to have discipline there. But they have two things. One, big bankroll, and two, knowledge and an implementation of discipline and money management. Jimmy the Bag. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I know what you're saying. I just
everyone's supportive of you here.
Everybody's being very kind. I'm so fucking upset. I will get over it. And thank you for all the kind words.
Yes.
It means so much to me. Like, this is my whole life. This is my everything. What we do here.
Yes.
What the fuck?
You know what might help?
What's that?
A coffee enema. I have heard that coffee enemas can be very refreshing and very very rejuvenating.
I heard that people put vodka in the ass.
Yes,
get drunk right away.
No, I'm kidding around. I'm just going for the joke, Jimmy the Bag. I'm just going for
I could take a little vodka in the ass right now. Actually, I don't like my ass fucking full with,
you know what really might help, Jim, and we might do this in baseball season, and I'll do it first. And if it helps me, you'll know, and then you can do it. Ayahuasca bag.
Yeah, no, I'm down with that.
Yes, yes.
For sure.
Change your whole fucking life. We'll see. I'll try it first, and if I come back all fucked up, you'll know maybe you want to think twice about doing it. If I come back like a freaking Superman, right? Larry, ayahuasca. You know ayahuasca, right, Larry? Have you ever done it?
I hope I want to do it.
Yeah. I don't think that it's. I'm not worried that it will. It'll fuck me up permanently. I'm just worried that it won't help. But we'll try that. All right. So let me just. Okay. Hold on one second. Yes. I mean, Jimmy the Bag. There is a reason also why, and you've talked about it. Why you're so.
Bill Buttlicker. That's the first time I've laughed all day. So thank you, Bill Buttlicker. All right.
Very nice. Bill Buttlicker got some. These guys are pretty freaking funny. I'll tell you that. The funniest shit. I actually stole one of their jokes on the second half of the Super Bowl. I was like, when we're handicapping the second half lines here, remember the Eagles' entire team has the flu, so keep that in mind. You know what I mean? I stole that joke from a poster. I don't know who it was, but yeah. So anyway, all right. So. A lot of people liking some overs in college basketball. Let's get back to it. I will give Oklahoma -2.5, even though everyone in chat liking West Virginia. The Greek has 2.5, -115. Everywhere else has 3, and I bet it at -2. And I will also take Indiana on the first half and the full game. I think that that Native Queen might be right here, that the edge that Indiana will have here will be in the first half, and that the second half might be all over Rutgers. And if this is a perfect example of I'm going to bet Indiana first half and full game. I already bet it. And if Indiana is up big at the half, I will definitely be on Rutgers second half. So I'll guarantee at least 1 unit cash and a very good possibility of a middle. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to give Indiana first half for sure. Let me just find the best line here. Indiana. First half, let me find this one, -1.5. Okay, wow. Okay, so there are no ones. Take Indiana first half, -1.5, -110. -1.5, -110. That's the current line at Heritage. And it makes me nervous but I will take the full game at -3, -107. That's the current line at Pinnacle. A lot of people against me on both of those. And I can understand why everyone is liking West Virginia here. They're the better team, right? West Virginia is better.
They are a better team, yes.
But where have we seen this before, where the better road team was a 3-point underdog? But you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
We're learning lessons here. We are learning lessons, right? We saw this before. We saw Niagara, better team at St. Peter's, 3-point road underdog, lose ATS, and I think it's similar here. All right, let's see. The believer of hope like Rutgers, I can understand that. Chris Blanchard likes Pistons. We will get into that in a second. A lot of people liking the under in West Virginia, Oklahoma. I'm going to hold off on that one. Scooby Steve like Rutgers. The believer of hope likes Rutgers. Everyone likes Rutgers here, so most people are opposed to my plays here, except for Native Queen. And JP Fahey says first half over in Indiana. Rutgers is the better play. Native Queen also likes the first half over in that game as well. Corey Dickerson says, is Siena +9 tonight? Looks off. Yes, I did kind of like that one as well. Siena's leading scorer is out, but I think that's okay. Let me just find some other comments here. Let's see. Maxwell Smart had a great weekend. That's nice. And look at that. How lucky are we to have Maxwell Smart commenting and going back and forth with us, every day. Let's see. And McLeod Kick says Jackson State is a favorite pick of mine, only given -2. Looks great. Yes, there's also a guy out for Jackson State though who was in the first time they played, and that Jackson State has been worse ATS since that guy was out, which is not a good sign. But that's appropriately. But that's appropriate. Aspiritualate says who bets 1% of their bankroll? Twati. Pros, Billy Walters, you know what I'm saying? We got guys who have a bankroll of like $10 million. Yes, they bet 1% of their bankroll. Yes, and 1% of their bankroll would be, $100,000. You know what I'm saying? So they bet even less than that. Okay, all right. Okay, let's look on. Let's go on. Let's look at some other games here in college basketball. The totals I did not have a chance to get to. Yeah, Jackson State is very tempting to take at -2, and Siena plus all those points against Fairfield is also tempting. I did bet that one. I did bet Siena. I did not pull the trigger on Jackson State because the line just looks a little bit fishy to me. I'm going to hold off on that one. Hampton, NC Central, that's a pass for me. Syracuse, Louisville, very, very tricky game. I'm definitely going to pass on that one. Slightly into Syracuse, I guess, plus the points. I mean, Syracuse tends not to get blown out on the road, but I'm going to hold off on that one, and a slight lean to a Lehigh as well at home against Bucknell. We're going to move on in a second. Let me just check some comments here. People talking about what's so funny? What? Big Worm says, Loshak, you're killing me. Let Jimmy speak. Am I not letting you speak?
No, you're good, man.
No, Jimmy's recovering and he's chilling, right?
Chilling.
He has nothing to say about college basketball, which he said in the comments in the beginning of this segment. He's going to talk about NHL and NBA. Bradley Oliver says, Pete, did you really think the Ertz touchdown was not a touchdown? Of course not, Bradley Oliver. I was just enjoying yelling with Donnie Rightside and Gabe Morency. It is fun. I admit, when I'm by myself, it's not that fun. I never yell. But when in a room with Gabe Morency and Donnie Rightside, it's definitely fun to yell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, the only time I ever yell is when you're walking around hookers and one is a tranny,
Yeah.
and that's it always gets a laugh from everybody, and I yell at the top of my lungs. That's the only time I yell.
Oh man, I actually, yeah,
I could do it right now, but it's
holy shit.
I do that every time so there'll be a regular hooker, tranny, and I'll yell like that, and it gets laughs from everybody. Even the tranny will laugh.
Wow, that had to been somewhat. What's the word? What's the word where you expunge all your demons? I can't remember the fucking word. My brain is dead as well. But nice yell there,
Thank
Jimmy
you.
the Bag. Okay, Eric Swiatek says, Pete, do you really think we landed on the moon? Hell no. That was fucking Hollywood, baby. Hollywood. That's all that was. Soundstage, motherfucker. All right, let's see. Other comments. Yeah, okay. Matt U, 1984 NBA says, NC Central and Bucknell plays of the day. All right, so if Matt U, 1984 says Bucknell is his play of the day, I'm not going to take that one. Corey Dickerson says, I like Bucknell and CC Central. A lot of people liking Bucknell, and I can certainly see that. That line reminds me a little bit of the recent Marist game where I took Marist as a home dog and a cash, but very, very close. I'm going to stay off of this one. I'm just going to give the everyone. Look, Michael Lundy says, hey, Pete, I'm liking Bucknell. Do you think the line is too high or okay? Seems like a bet to me. I stayed off that one. My gut my initial thought was that it was a little bit trappy. Bucknell is great, but Lehigh's been playing close. And Native Queen here saying Lehigh's got some player out. So yeah, I'm staying off that one. Staying off of it. To everyone, it seems like everyone's on Bucknell, and I hope y'all cash because I am I'm passing on that one. Other guys, other comments here. I guess that's about it. Okay, so I'm just going to go on. I didn't have an even chance to look at the totals here. I'm just going to go on 2 plays. Oklahoma, everyone's against that one. Rutgers, I'm on Indiana, minus the points, first half and full game. Everyone seems to be against that one as well, except for Native Queen. Jackson State is an interesting play, but I'm going to hold off that one. That one has second half written all over it. Siena, it is very tempting. That is the only other play that I would be at taking plus 9.5 is the only other. But again, I'm going to just hold off on that one for now. And that's definitely a lean, though. So just 3 plays for me. Indiana first half minus 1.5. Indiana full game minus 3. And Oklahoma full game minus 2.5. And that's it for college basketball.
Jesus. King Rail says, I quit my job, had the flu. My cousin and close friend were murdered. I can't believe he uses the flu before the two guys murdered, and says, don't think your January was worse than mine.
Yeah,
you're right.
That's
King
true.
Rail. You're right, man. You're right. And I'm sorry that you had to go through that, man.
Yes, 2 things come to mind. First, today was a good day, right? By Ice Cube. Just shows you should be thankful. Second is the old Jewish story of rock soup. You know that one?
No.
Or no. I'm trying.
Rock
It could always
soup?
be worse. I can't remember what it is. There's an old story that someone once told me, which illustrates that exact point, which is it could always be worse. And the truth is, not only could it always be worse, it could always be way worse. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I do.
So, yeah, wow. King Rail. And yet King Rail is still here with a good attitude.
I love capping with
loving
King
the
Rail,
show.
Man. King Rail's a fucking great capper, man.
I know that King Rail tailed me on the fucking second half under. I apologize personally, King Rail, for that one. That makes me feel bad. I hate it when people tail me and they lose. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
Yeah.
I hope he tailed me on the Eagles and the over, which I gave as soon as those lines came out. But great, yes. Great comment, King Rail. Shit could be worse. Shit could always be worse. And my personal addendum to that is shit could always be way, 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 way fucking worse. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely. In fact, I was just watching a documentary on jails in Brazil. Brazil is a fucked up country. You know what I mean? There's all those big favelas, and they put these guys in who are suspected of gang activity and drug dealing in these pens like chickens, and there's pens that there's like jail cells are supposed to hold 20 people. They shove 200 people in there. And I'm like, man, shit could be worse. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I could be shoved in a pen with 199 fucking whacked out, gangsters in a pen that's built for 20 people. And all right, so let's move on. How about that, Jim?
Jesus Christ, Bob Costanza lost 15 grand yesterday that I don't have.
Wow.
Yeah, no, fuck. Yeah, let's move on.
And if you believe Stu Feiner, famous guy Stu Feiner, handicapper, been around forever. Mm. If you believe him, he lost $250,000 on the Pats. If you believe him, he had the Pats money line minus 205 and the under, and I think parlayed and teased and everything.
Yeah, that's a lot of people lost money because that last $1 million bet was on the Pats money line.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. I guess the next segment is okay. Here we go. NHL. I know you're not really in the mood for this shit, Jim, but let's throw the record up. Let's look at Jim's record. Plus 25 units in the NHL. Larry, you got the NHL records there? Is it up? Because I can't see the monitor right now. Yep, there you go. Look at that shit. 25 units. 25 and change for Jimmy the Bag as of right now in NHL. Very impressively done, Jim. Very impressively done. That's all we're going to say about that. Tonight, 4 games, right? Dallas. You've had a great read on Dallas. You picked L.A. against Dallas, which I should have tailed you on that one. After that, though, they had a couple of massive, big puck line wins, right? And, of course, Dallas has been great at home all year long. They're a huge favorite here against the Rangers. What do you think?
I just don't like them being such a big favorite,
Yeah.
but it's clear with this Dallas Stars team that when they get rolling, they're going to be very tough to beat. Mm-hmm. When they get a few days off, who knows what the fuck Ben and Seguin are doing. They just destroyed a very good Minnesota Wild team. Ben Radulov, Seguin combined for 7 points. Ben Bishop will get to start tonight. Rangers lost both Mark Stahl and Jimmy Vesey, to injuries in that 5-2 loss to the Predators on Saturday night. Rangers are 1-6-1 against the Central Division, 8-13-2 on the road. It does feel like a spot there where the Stars are just going to destroy the Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
But in saying that, it's just, fuck, man, you're getting plus 135 in some books for that. I'm just hesitant. Ben Goldstein agrees. If you ask me, would I rather take the Stars at plus 135 on the puck line or the Predators? Even though the Predators on the road, I'm getting plus 215. I'd jump on that Predators before I would take the Stars. And I'm not going to take, especially after they won 6-1. This is a team that pats each other on the back after wins. I think they have questionable character. Ben Bishop, I don't fully trust. But
actually, is he in? I think it's Lettinen, right?
I read that Bishop is in tonight. Let me.
He is? Okay. So why would you not want the Rangers here? I know they've been losing.
I can't trust the Rangers ever. I don't think the Rangers are a good hockey team. I really don't. And their power play with Shattenkirk, like they have all these guys that are only good at certain things, and now they're out of the lineup. I think the Rangers are a bad hockey team. They should be faded moving forward. But when you fade them, you need to get value, and in getting the Stars have to win by 2 goals at plus 135 doesn't make any sense. Zibanejad was the difference maker on this hockey team, and we saw them come out of the gate, and he was a star. He was a number 1 centerman. He got a concussion. I don't know what is wrong with them since then, but they're just not a good hockey team. They're easy to play against. They're not big and tough and scary.
Okay,
I don't want either side.
Interesting stuff here. I do want to start with just one comment here. Rem Most says Pete is the worst counselor. Okay, yeah. Look, I'm not a trained friggin' counselor. I'm doing my best here. You know what I'm saying? I guess that is. So Jim's like, I feel shitty. And I'm like, yeah, you should feel shitty, but it could be way worse. I guess that's terrible counseling, right? That's terrible counseling, right?
That's all good.
It's like I basically said, yes, you're super fucked, but there's people who are even more massively fucked than you. Yeah, that's not good. I don't know what to say. I'm not a counselor. You're right, Rem Most. I am a bad counselor. A lot of people liking Dallas here. Ben Goldstein, I'd lean with Dallas, except for G Money NHL Top Shelf. This guy has a commenter name with NHL in it. He says all in caps, Rangers, 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 and then in parentheses, make some money.
Yeah, G Money, NHL Top Shelf. Nice to have him with us.
What do you think?
You know what? I can see value there. I can see value there. So I'm not going to trust the Rangers, but I'm telling you, this Stars team has got questionable character.
Yeah.
And Hitchcock knows it. Hitchcock runs a tight ship, but yeah, I'm not going to take the Stars for plus 135.
Okay. Mutt Beast says Rangers suck. Bill Butniker says I'm a Rangers fan. Fade the Rangers. Eric Swiatek says Rangers are in a world of hurt. They're in a world of hurt, huh?
Mark Stahl, he's got size. They have no size on defense. They're just an easy team to play against. They're 1-6-1 against the Central Division because the Central Division is probably the best division in the NHL. It's just a sign when they can't. They're just not a good hockey team.
Yeah. Nate Pereira says, Pete, do you think the world is flat? You damn skippy, Nate Pereira. Flat world. That's why shoes are like this, not curved. All right. Jimmy the Bag. What else? We got 3 other NHL games. Are any picks you like?
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to take the Predators. Who drank more last night? Jamie Benn, Tyler Seguin, or Jimmy the Bag? I did outdrink them. I got fucking destroyed after that loss. I'm going to take the Predators here, and I think this is a team that we hammer moving forward. Islanders stopped a 2-game losing streak when they beat the Jackets at home on Saturday night. We know the Islanders are good at home, but the 2 previous games, they're outscored a combined 9-1. Johnny Boychuk is so important to this hockey team, and he continues to practice and not play. That's 2 of their top 4 defensemen. We talk about any team that's in that situation is going to have a very difficult time winning. And now we have the Predators coming in 8-1 and won their last 10. They've outscored their opposition 31-17 over that stretch, coming off a 5-2 win at home over the Rangers that came on the heels of a 5-0 win over the Kings. Now Philip Forsberg was suspended for 3 games for a late high hit, but we've seen them play well without Forsberg. I think this is a spot for the Predators, and I'm going to take them on the puck line.
All right, you want the Preds on the puck line. Let's find it. Nashville Predators on the puck line. Let me, where the hell is it? Jesus. All right, sorry, I got to find the, all right, let's go. Point spreads here at SBRodds.com. Yeah, I am definitely off my game after that intense weekend. Nashville Predators best line, plus 215 is the best line that we can give you. Is that good enough, Jim?
That is good enough.
Puck line, plus 215. That's the current line at Pinnacle and Intertops. Thank you, Intertops, running as the best line there. Anaheim, I know you're high on Anaheim in general going forward. Toronto, head-scratching team. What's your take on Toronto going forward?
I think Toronto will be fine going forward, and I think they will improve. Boston is a very good hockey team, and watching what the Ducks did to Boston, now that was with Marchand out of the lineup, but watching what they did was very impressive, and then seeing the Ducks lose back-to-back against Ottawa and Montreal is a real fucking head-scratcher. But I think the Leafs just had a bad game, and sometimes these teams need a wake-up call like that. They were completely outplayed. Babcock was very upset. Morgan Riley's first game back in the lineup. I think they're going to be good moving forward. The Leafs are 14-8-2 at home, and the Ducks, even with those two losses, they're 6-3-1 in their last 10. This is a scary spot. I lean to the Ducks stepping up in this position, but after Toronto looked so bad, they're going to pick it up. What's the line right now with that game?
For Toronto.
Yeah, it's all right. See, it opens at plus 140, gets bet down. It's a tricky spot. I'm going to stay off of that.
Okay, yeah. The line right now for Toronto would be, best line would be minus 129. That's a tough one. I did not have a chance to look into these games too in depth, although I was thinking maybe about a shot with the over in Tampa Bay. Edmonton recently cashed with Tampa Bay as a big puck line favorite on the road, and that game also went over, although this line opened at 5.5. I'm happy to say that I did bet it, and wow, now it's up to 6, although the Greek still has 5.5 minus 125. What's your take on Tampa Bay Edmonton? Maybe an over?
Yeah, Talbot coming off a 4-5-0 month, 3.57 goals against average, .890 save percentage. Adam Larson's going to miss his third straight game. He's dealing with the death of his father. He's an important part of this defense. The Lightning end their season-high 8-game road swing tonight. They always or usually play well on the last game of a road swing. But there are some problems here. Kucherov hasn't scored in 10 games. Vasilevsky still looks absolutely great. This is a huge game for both these teams. Oilers at the end of a 5-game homestand and Lightning at the end of an 8-game road swing. This is I don't have faith in capping the Oilers right now. I never know when they're going to be terrible. I've been expecting them to be a better home team as the year went on, but it's just not been happening, and then the Lightning have not looked great on this road swing. I mean,
Vasilevsky, I believe, has had a few of these road games where he's given up, 2, 3, 4 goals, right?
Well, he's stopped 149 of 156 shots. In his last 4 starts, he's allowed 7 goals. I mean, I can't trust it at this point.
I hear you. I am going to take it, though. I bet it, so if I didn't give it, it would be a no-balls thing to do. I'm going to give it. I probably wouldn't take it if a 5.5 wasn't still available, but the Greek does still have 5.5 minus 125. I'm happy to see that, I bet it at like 115 or 118 or something like that. It's now up to 6 at plus money in most places, but I will take the Greeks line. 5.5 minus 125. I'm going to take the over in Tampa Bay, Edmonton. I will make that one an official play. And then I guess that's it. Do we cover every game, Jim?
Yeah, there's only 4 games on the card, so I'm just going to take the Predators plus 215 as my only action.
And just very generally, what would you say to play on the over or under in the Dallas Rangers game?
Actually, there's some guys here that are on the over in the Predators Islanders, and I do think that is probably a good spot. Probably a good spot. I'm just going to keep it clean and simple with the Predators plus 215 is my only action, but I don't hate on that spot. And with the Rangers Stars, I think that the over is a nice spot. Is it at 6?
Yes, and that one I actually, let me see if there's a 5.5. I actually bet that one also, but I believe there's, Heritage still has 5.5 at just minus 110. Wow, look at that. Yeah. Heritage still at 5.5 minus 110.
Wow,
that's not too bad, right? So you don't like the Rangers because they're bad defensively. You think they'll be able to put up their own kinds of goals,
and especially losing Mark Stahl, it's a bad spot. It's a bad spot. But my only issue with the over there is that I can't trust the Rangers offense. Yeah. So Joel Smith says like the over 5.5 New York Rangers Dallas. I can see it. I mean, it does make sense, but But I can't trust that offense, so I'm going to stay off of it.
But you do trust Dallas's offense.
I do, and now, especially after feeling good about themselves, getting off of that All-Star break. Because remember, if you don't count that game right before the All-Star break, they were looking very good, very good. 18-8-1 at home. I thought they were too top-heavy, but they're getting production from Janmark now, and they're going to be a tough team.
All right, I'll hold off on that one. I'm just going to take the Tampa Bay Edmonton game over 5.5 minus 125 is my only NHL pick. Jim just has one NHL pick, Nashville plus 215, right, Jim?
Yeah.
All right, now let's move on to an NBA. We can throw this NBA record up as well. I know for some reason Jim is not terribly proud of his plus eight and change units record overall in NBA. I'd love to have that one. I'm still clawing my way back, trying to get even. Jimmy the Bag doing great we got some comments here. Barker Man doesn't like my over. Vasilevsky has won 4 in a row. Tonight he faces a poor Oilers team. Vasilevsky is 15-6-1 with a 1.96 GAA on the road this year. All right, I'm taking it. But okay. Did we throw the let me see. Did we throw the okay, Jimmy the Bag, nice job. Up, I believe, 8.7 units in NBA. Of course, the story tonight, I think, is Detroit, right? They have been winning with Blake Griffin in, but not necessarily covering. Portland on a back-to-back, right? And I was thinking maybe Detroit first half or full game would be a shot. I admit I did take a half-unit play on Detroit -2 last night. What do you think, Jim?
I think that the Pistons' offense is a mess right now. But with all the attention that people are paying Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond is going to continue to go off. I think he's going to have monster numbers moving forward. Pistons have won the first 3 games of a 6-game homestand. That 111-106 victory over the Heat, it was a Heat team without Whiteside, and Drummond goes for 23 points and 20 boards. But Griffin going 6 for 19 from the field, I think he's in a tough spot. Looking back, it's going to be all the defenses are going to key on him. He's going to have a tough time moving forward, and he clearly doesn't understand the systems yet at this point. Luke Kennard is questionable. Reggie Jackson remains out. But the Pistons are 16-10 at home, and it's given them a huge boost. There's no question they've had a huge boost from this trade. Blazers are on the second half of a back-to-back, as Pete said, and that was a heartbreaker, the buzzer beater by Al Horford. Blazers were up 54-38 at the half. They're 14-14 on the road. Napier and Turner are questionable. This is a tough spot, but if anything, I would say I think that the over would be the play here. I really do, but I'm not sure if I can pull the trigger on that, man.
All right. Well, that was the only game that I was thinking about. I was thinking about maybe taking him on the first half or on the full game, but I might hold off of that. Jim, you said you did look at the entire NBA card.
Yeah.
All right. So, for NBA, I did not have a chance to look at these games more than just a passing glance. So why don't you take care of the NBA card, and while you're taking care of it, I will be scanning for comments, and I'll chime in with insightful comments as they come up. How about that, Jimmy the Bag?
That sounds good. And Madu 1984 NBA is on the over there as well. I might add that on. We'll see. But let's break down these games. Wizards at Pacers. We just found out in the last couple hours that the Pacers are not going to be playing with Oladipo. Injury problems that have come out of nowhere. Collison is going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks with some knee surgery. Which is bad timing because the Pacers have looked very good. Won 6 straight at home. They're now 19-10 at Bankers Life Fieldhouse, coming off a 192 victory at home over the Sixers on Saturday night. Lance Stevenson is playing with emotion, and he's caring, and he's helping the team a lot, coming off the bench. 7 straight games, double figures. But it's clear that this Washington Wizards team despises John Wall. They've won 4 straight since he went down with an injury. Satoransky scored a career-high 19 points, 7-9 shooting. He's a great defender. Special player, and they're coming off a 115-98 win at Orlando. They completely dominated that game. Bradley went 18-8-8, sat out the entire fourth quarter because the game was well in hand. Wizards are 13-13 on the road, and they're a good basketball team without John Wall. It's very exciting to see. Native Queen says Washington first quarter and first half and money line. That's amazing. That's a big play. I still feel like. I don't know. I could compare this to the Leafs when Austin Matthews went down. They won 4 straight games and looked so good because they were coming together like a team. But eventually, it's going to come back and hurt you not having your best player in the lineup. And I think that will happen at some point with the Wizards. And with the Pacers having these injury issues, I'm going to step off and not make a play on this game.
Okay. All right. I'm just looking for some comments here. A lot of people seem to be saying that they like the Pistons over. People were posting that while we were talking about the Pistons game. Ben Goldstein says, I'm also on the Pistons over. Carl Carafor says, Pistons are poorly coached, lack discipline. QQQ Wilson says, Portland against Detroit 11-1 on overs. Andre Pedroso says Pistons will cover. Matt U 1984 says over. Jimmy Detroit. Taco Schofield says Detroit at home will win. But everyone who's giving an opinion on total on that one seems to be liking the over on that one. And Hago Sova says Detroit first half. Good pick, Pete. Kobe Brown. Detroit full game over. Matt U 1984 NBA Portland Detroit over. Wow, everyone likes the over on that one. Damn. And for Washington, seems like Big Dad 138. Washington is 8-0 ATS last 8 in Indiana. Interesting stuff. Native Queen, here you go. Washington team total over first quarter 27. If Native Queen's posting a first quarter team total, that says to me that's probably at least a 55% play.
For
if
sure.
not, maybe a few more percentages. Native Queen really knows her shit, and those markets can be notoriously inefficient. First quarter team totals, right? So maybe think about jumping on that one. Washington first quarter team total over 27. Jim, what else do you want to talk to us about in NBA tonight?
Well, I think there's money to be made here in the Bulls-Kings game. Kings have lost 5 straight at home. They're just 6-17 there on the season, but they are playing better basketball. Coming off a 106-99 loss to the Mavs where they buckled down the stretch there. They were completely in control of that game. Mavs scored 16 unanswered points in that one. Bulls are coming off a 113-103 loss at the Clippers, 6th straight defeat. Lauri Markkanen will not be in the lineup due to the birth of his child. Chris Dunn still dealing with a concussion. You take Markkanen, Dunn, and Mirotic out of that lineup, and this is the team that we watched open up, 3-20 to start the year. I think the Kings are a really nice spot, and I'm going to take them here.
All right, the Kings. Let's find that one. Sacramento on the full game spread.
Yep.
All right, Sacramento, it's gotten bet up. It was 1.5 when it opened. It's now 2.5. There are no twos available. We can give you -2.5, -105. That's the best line right now at Pinnacle.
Yeah, I like that spot. I just this is the Bulls team that we saw getting destroyed. And I liked watching this team come together, and they're going to have Jameer Nelson and Omar Asik in there. This is I feel bad for Bulls fans because I liked what they were doing, and Markkanen and Chris Dunn are really good ball players. Giovanni Biesdorf likes the under. I think that's a nice spot, man. I see that, but I'm just going to stick with the full game.
Okay, yep, everyone liking that one. And more comments coming in on Detroit and the over. Brian George says Detroit -1 first half play of the day. That was how I was leaning as well. I might tail that. And Kobe Valentine over is 7-3 in Trailblazers' last 10 road games, 4-0 in Pistons' last 4 home games, 7-1 in the last 8 meetings in Detroit. He seems to be implying yet another person implying that the over is a good game in the Detroit game, and another guy saying that Detroit on first half is a good play. Wow. Okay, what else do you like, Jimmy the Bag?
I don't know how much more I like, although I think that the Nuggets are in a nice spot. Thanks, Aldino Delacour. Much love, man. I think the Nuggets are going to be a good team moving forward. They look very good at home, and I don't trust the Hornets. The Nuggets are playing really good basketball. That 115-108 home win over the Warriors is a big deal. They're 21-7 at home. But the Hornets have won 3 straight because Kemba Walker picks and chooses when he wants to play great, and he's playing great right now, averaging 32.3 points per game over this short winning streak. Marvin Williams missed the last 3 games with ankle injury, doubtful to play tonight. Hornets are 8-15 on the road. What is the line right now for these to take the Nuggets at home?
It's actually headed a little bit down. It's 4.5 or 5 market wide. Opened at 5.5. And you know what? The Pistons game is about to go off. It's a 7 o'clock game. I will take Detroit on the first half -1. Pinnacle is the best line right there. I will take Detroit -1, -111. Just adding that one on because the game is about to start. -1, -111 at Pinnacle. And yes, the Denver line gone down a little bit. Opened at 5.5. Now down to 4.5 or 5.
I'm gonna take the Nuggets tonight. I like them at home, and I don't trust this Hornets team.
Okay, -4.5, -104. Despite the fact that the line does appear to be headed down a little bit, -4.5, -104 is the current best line at Pinnacle. All right, Jimmy the Bag. What else are you thinking about in NBA?
Well, we got the Mavericks at Clippers. I was humming and hawing with this game for a while today. Clippers coming off 113-103 victory at home over the Bulls. Tobias Harris scored 24 points in his Clipper debut. Avery Bradley scored just 8. I don't know what's up with Avery Bradley this year. He's just playing very strangely. I thought he was one of the best on-ball defenders in the league, and even that doesn't seem to be happening. Austin Rivers remains out of the lineup with an ankle injury. Clippers are 15-12 at home. Mavericks are coming off a 106-99 win at Sacramento on Saturday night, stopped a 5-game losing streak. They continue to get destroyed on the boards, just 27th in the league. Harrison Barnes leads this team in rebounding at just 6.6, but they are 9th in defense, allowing just 103.6 points per game. I know a lot of people are on the Clippers, but I think that I like the Mavericks as a dog, but I can understand with the Clippers having some excitement right now. I still think they're going to be making trades. JP Fahey says Clippers win by 10.
Yeah. Colby Valentine says Indian Cowboys on Clippers minus the points and has a lean on the Hornets. Just some food for thought. He does well with his free plays. A lot of people seem to be liking the Clippers here. Jimmy the Bag. Andre Pedroso says Barnes out. Clippers will cover. Eldeano De La Cool says, you and Pete make a great team. This is my favorite show. You are both awesome. High five. Jimmy the Bag. High five. There you go.
Better high five.
Better high five. See, we're all learning. I have shit to learn, you know. People look at me and say, Loshak, man, you fucking got it all figured out. No, I don't. I'm improving. I'm learning all the time. I'm improving all the time. And now I'm a much better high fiver because of comments from the show and Jimmy the Bag and all the people who are helping me. People noticed that I had my high five game was way insufficient, was way subpar. And now it's much better. Learning all the time in all areas of life. All right, what do you like, Jim?
I'm pretty comfortable where I am on this card. I think that the Blazers Pistons over is probably a good spot. And that line is at 210?
Blazers and Pistons. That line is the total is 210.5 or 211 right now. Yeah, hasn't moved since opening actually.
210 or 211. That was a tough game against the Celtics. I'm going to leave that off, but I can understand people taking Pistons on the first half line. I can definitely understand that. I'm going to leave that game off. So then that would leave me. Oh, and then we have the Magic at Heat is the last game we haven't talked about. Heat have lost 3 straight, played 10 of their next 14 games at home where they're just 13-10. And that 111-107 loss to Detroit should just have a line through it because you need Whiteside against a big like Drummond. Without Whiteside, the Heat were out rebounded 49-33. Heat have beaten the Magic 2 straight. Magic are last in the Eastern Conference, allowing 110.4 points per game up against Miami, which is second in the East, allowing just 101.1 behind the Celtics. Magic are 6-22 on the road. Aaron Gordon's missed 3 straight games, being ruled out for tonight. He's extremely important to this basketball team. Vucevic and Isaac are both practicing, but they're a ways away. Yes, I think the Heat are going to win here, but I think that's a pretty big line that I'm not comfortable with, so I'm going to leave this game off as well. Then we have the Jazz at Pelicans. Mirotic made his Pelican debut in Saturday's 118-107 loss at Minnesota, put up 18 points and 12 boards. They've lost 3 of 4 since Cousins was lost for the year, and Mirotic doesn't understand the systems yet. He'll get improved as this goes on. Jazz have won 5 straight, including 4 straight on the road, where they are just 9-19 on the season. They're coming off a 120-111 win at San Antonio. Ricky Rubio played like we always imagined he might be able to play. This guy, that's the best game of his life. 34 points, 9 assists, 11 for 14 from the field. He's playing very well, and the Jazz keep winning. But they're not a team that I can fully believe. Did they turn a corner? They've been exceptional. But we saw them do this earlier in the year, look exceptional for 5 games. So I'm going to keep a wait-and-see approach when we're dealing with the Jazz at this point.
King Rail says, Mavs can't score over 100. Under is the play. That's kind of interesting. The Dallas and a Clippers game under. What do you think about that? That's kind of intriguing. Line's gotten bet up, though. Opened to 211.5, now all the way up to 214.5 at Heritage.
Wow, that's a sharp spot for King Rail. I see what he's seeing. You're right. Dallas has a tough time scoring. But this Clippers team likes to score.
And the total has gotten bet significantly up.
Yeah. I hear what King Rail's doing. Like I feel King Rail, but I'm going to leave that one off.
Maybe the Dallas team total under. So even if the Clippers do roll and the game goes over because the Clippers explode, you might still cash the team total under. I'm going to look at that. I'm going to find the Dallas team total under. While I'm doing that, Jimmy the Bag. Anything else you want to say about today's NBA card?
No, I like it though. I don't feel like this is a scary card. I think there's money to be made, and yeah, I think this is. I think we've got some good spots here. I like the Kings at home. They've been playing much better over the last 3 weeks or so, and De'Aaron Fox is going to be a great point guard in this league. And without having to face Chris Dunn, I just think it's a really nice spot for them. So. Yeah, I like where we stand.
All right, the Dallas team total is looking like a 103-ish. Let me find it at Heritage right now. The Dallas team total is 104 at Heritage. What do you think, Jimmy the Bag? Should I take a shot with that? Should I try to steal a nice little cheap unit for my record here by tailing King Rail's suggestion? What do you think?
I think he's onto something. Yeah.
They did put up 106 at Sacramento in their last game, but before that, they had a long run of games where they didn't get to 100, right?
Yeah.
Are the Clippers going to play any defense this game? What do you think?
No, they're not.
They're not going to play any defense. Well, that's not good.
No, that's not their style. But still, that doesn't mean that I hate the play because the Mavericks have a tough time scoring whether or not a team is playing defense.
Right.
But no, Avery Bradley's just shocked me with no pressure on the ball. I don't know what he's doing. And because I'm waking up so early to cap these games that I have trouble watching the West Coast games.
The Clippers' last 4 games have come pretty close. All of them went either at 104 or 100. Chicago put up 103, Portland 104, New Orleans 103, Memphis 100. So despite the fact they don't play defense, that's what happened. Then they had a run of games before that where they weren't playing defense. They were against good teams. Boston scorched them, Minnesota scorched them, and Utah on the road scorched them. But those are all kind of forgivable. Again, here they're going to be at home against Dallas. Not bad. Jimmy the Bag, what do you think?
I think it's a good spot. I can understand you guys taking it. I'm going to stay off of it.
I'm going to take it. Thank you very much, King Rail, for that suggestion. I'm going to take it. Dallas, team total under 104 minus 110. That's the current line at Heritage right now. Team total under 104. Based on how these teams have been playing recently, this is probably going to come down to the wire, but I feel like it is at least a small percentage play. I'm doing it, Jim.
Get it.
You don't think you don't recommend, you wouldn't talk me off it, right?
No,
definitely not. A lot of people liking the Clippers, other people liking the under, so I'm going to take that one. All right, is that it for NBA tonight, Jim?
Yeah, those are my plays.
Let's get some final comments here, and then we'll wrap this show up. And then tomorrow we should be a lot better prepared, a lot better rested. Let's see. Giovanni Biestorf says Clippers defend well. No, they don't. Let's see. Tom Marino says Clippers play up tempo, but I think they will be solid defensively. And Dallas isn't the same team on the road. Nice. Tom Marino agrees with it. King Rail says, let's cash, Pete. King Rail, yes. And I'm going to put that bet in. Give me 1 second, and I will put that bet in. Hold on 1 second. You know what I'm doing, right? Am I going all in, Jim? What do you think? You know the answer to this one, right? Am I going all in right now? No.
Of course not, man.
Of course not.
Money
Am I bet
management.
sizing appropriately? Let's see. Should I put a half unit? I will put 3/4 of a unit on that one, which, if people want to know, is right now a little bit more than 1%. A little bit more than 1% of bankroll, which is a standard bet size there. 3/4 of a unit on Dallas team total under 104 minus 110. All right, let's find it. Okay. And let's see. What else do we got? Let's see. Dallas, the Native Queen says Dallas last 9 road games have gone over 100. Okay, great. Well, great. I think it'll be a modest scoring game. I'm okay with it. If it loses, that is totally fine. Hopefully it will not be karma for me giving King Rail a losing pick on the second half and the under in the Super Bowl, which was a loser by the end of the third quarter. But I think it's a decent play. And I guess that's about it. Let's see. The OKC game. Do we talk about that one?
Oh, no. Sorry.
Osmanoman with a serious comment here. OKC are due, though it's better to wait for Robertson to return. What do you think, Jim?
Robertson will not be returning this season.
Oh, is that true?
I believe that's the case. So, so if you're going to wait, then you're going to have to wait till next year. Sorry, where is my notes here?
On OKC. Norm L says West Virginia +3 is going to cash. Okay, we'll see. You know?
Shit, man, I didn't even...
That's okay. We can skip it. Oh, the Triple Beam says
Yeah, there's
OKC
no
game
OKC
is
game.
tomorrow.
Yeah, there's no OKC game.
Osmano Man got us. Osmano Man, he was like Jim and Peter in a down spot today. I can get him, and he did. He did. Yeah, he was like maybe I should ask him about some MLB game that's going tonight. Nah, that's pushing it. That's pushing it. I'll just get him with an NBA game that isn't going tonight. All right. JP Fahey says OKC doesn't play tonight. Thank you very much. Thank you for Osmano Man. Well done. You won that one. Just that one. We'll see who wins next time out between Jimmy the Bag and Osmano Man.
Yeah, where's Osmano Man's love, man? Doesn't he give us these fucking
No, he got it.
lines?
He got it. He got it. Yep, JB Faye says Roberson is out for the year. So actually, Osmano Man got us 2 ways. Wow. Very nicely done. Osmano Man, nicely done. Okay, and now he's laughing out loud. He got us. Okay, shall we move on, Jimmy the Bag?
Let's move on.
All right, that's it. So we're going to wrap this show up. This has been a crazy, wacky post-Super Bowl show on the Monday after the Super Bowl. Jim is on just 3 plays. Nashville puck line plus 215. Sacramento minus 2.5 in the NBA. And Denver minus 4.5 in the NBA. And I am on, Oklahoma minus 2.5, minus 115. Everyone in chat on West Virginia. We'll see how it turns out. I'm also on Indiana first half minus 1.5 and the full game minus 3. In the NBA, I'm on Dallas team total under 104 and Detroit first half minus 1. And in NHL, Tampa Bay Edmonton over 5.5 minus 125. And that's it. That is it for the Monday afternoon, February 5th, post-Super Bowl, Monday after the Super Bowl show. Jim and I will be back at 12 o'clock Eastern time for the Tuesday card tomorrow. Much love, everyone.